7 here. So we are having a little bit of technical difficulties, just waiting for Daniel to jump on. But Danny, no worries, dude. I mean, it's totally cool. You're trying to figure it out. So check your Instagram, Daniel. That way you can see, because I've been trying to message you. Maybe I don't have the right email address, or let me know if it's technical difficulties for you or what's going on. So what's going on, everybody in the chat? We had a whole bunch of people in here. I just want to say hi to everyone. Meanwhile, let's see here. We got DS Comics. If you guys don't know, tomorrow they've got one heck of an epic high-end auction happening. So they're going to have some big books, a little bit higher prices than we're used to, but definitely key books and a lot of good stuff. So I'm going to be there. Make sure you guys join DS and White Whale and John's Comics with Kids for that. That's going to be really cool. What's up, Superpower Review? Thanks for stopping in. The Karate Kid himself. Comic Books NYC. What's up, brother? Always good to see you, man. Let's see, who else did I see in here? Metarog, Roger, one of my faves, man. What's up? Bear Island Comics, got to have you back on the show. I know you want back in. So let's see, who else we got? We've got DS. It's about darn time, man. Don't even. That's hilarious. So let's see. Bear Island is currently working out on a treadmill, and he says, "I've survived several more minutes on the treadmill. Look forward to this unboxing." What's up, Mr. Comics 89, Hack 79, poor Mike? What's going on, everybody? So I know, right, Mr. Comics 89, you're ready for that rematch. So let's see here. Haven't heard from Daniel on IG, so maybe he's just trying to figure it out. It's his first time doing this, guys, so bear with us. But NYC, what are you doing right now, man? You want to jump in here? You home? DS. Oh, Tim, I didn't see you there, man. The comic collector. What is up, my friend? Yeah, Tim, Bake did win again, man. So it's 3 times in a row, which means I've got to send him a slab from my personal collection. So, but all right. So Danny got the slab. Danny got the link. So his computer's just acting up. So he's going to try to figure that out right now. Let me message him real quick, guys. There we go. Dead air, right? It's the worst thing to do. Dead air. So Marvel Joe, I haven't seen you for a while, brother. Thank you for stopping in, even though you're working late tonight, man. Hopefully we can bring you some happiness. You want to jump in, Kavi? Let me know. Let's see here. I am going to close up. D-Runk, what's up, man? We're doing good here. We're just trying to get Danny on. He's having just a little bit of a tough time, which is totally all right, man. We just want to get him in here, so hopefully we can have him pop in. So I'm going to throw this over to NYC. Let's see here. And link sent, my friend. So, all right, StreamYard. There it is. So, yeah, so Daniel's just working on getting that, guys. We've got some ThatSpiderManBooth boxes. I've got 2. I think he has 2, maybe 1. But he's a huge fan of Hulk 181, and that was the grail. And so he was really hoping that he'd get it. But hopefully we get him on here so we can talk about what's going on with him and his collection and all kinds of things, because he had some horrible stuff happened to his collection and him. So let's see. Tim says, I think StreamYard is acting up tonight. We'll see if NYC can get in here. Maybe it's just StreamYard, like Tim is saying. So that's right, man. It was Bear Island's birthday a few nights ago. So happy belated birthday to you, man. Oh, you like that, don't you? How about the golden one back here? That one's a lot nicer. All right, so there we go. What up?
How's it going? Can you hear me?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Except for it being 9/11.
I know. That's what I was going to ask you, but I didn't want to somber the chat.
Yeah, let's not go there.
So the mood of New York is not happy one.
It's always a pretty tough day here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine, man.
How do I see the chat in StreamYard?
Comments on the side.
Live comments.
That's right. You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Got it. Yeah, man. So I mean, I still have it the old way where I have YouTube open, and then I've got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there's a checkbox now that you can check to allow guests to see and use the chat. I think in
Really?
StreamYard, but I'm not 100% on it honestly because I've only done it once. So
let's see, chat settings maybe. Guests can see comments. Yeah, I got.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. So I guess guests can't chat through StreamYard then. So I got to open up. YouTube then to chat, huh?
Yeah. All right. Poor Daniel, man. He's struggling with that thing.
Oh man.
I hope he can get in here tonight, man, because I was really looking forward to hanging out with him. So, hey, Bake. Yeah, dude, Daniel's just having some tough time having it work on his computer. So, hopefully we can get him in.
Go to the comic book shop today or anything?
You know what?
Comic book day?
Yeah. Was it today?
It was today. Yeah.
Dude, I
went to Midtown Comics, which is right down the street from the World Trade Center. So.
Yep. I actually read your post and I cried to myself for a little while, man.
Of course you did. You're the biggest crier we got.
I definitely am. Dude.
I mean, what I wrote was like heartfelt. It was from the heart. So
yeah. No, man. I sat there and I just like tears streaming, dude. I'm like, I love this guy. So let's see. We got 9 square inches. What's up, man? How are you? And just a little podcast. What up? Thank you, dude. I actually was over at Chad Comic 90, and he's wearing the same shirt I think today.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw his those guys unboxing or whatever. He was wearing.
Yo, there. What's up? Yeah, man. What is that? What he got of those guys?
He and Tacoma Comics got those guys a box on the same day, so they teamed up to do their those guys unboxing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, there he is. He's here.
Oh, Daniel,
baby.
Dude, I'm using like a 4-year-old phone. For some reason, it's the only thing that'll work right now.
Oh my! Hey, look at you looking all sexy with the blazer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys.
Dude, no worries. No worries at all, man.
Stuff like Perry. I got the jacket on.
Ooh,
I got the fancy cup with some Gatorade because I've been a little sick. You know, I was looking forward to tonight.
Woo! Well, at least we got you in here, man. Whether it's
pink drink. What was that pink drink?
Oh no, it's Gatorade.
It's Gatorade. Is it Glacier Cherry? That's my jam.
This is Glacier Freeze or the
Glacier Freeze. Okay, that's like my secondary jam.
Yeah, that's my wife's jam. So I had to jack one because I've been sick. I had like a sinus infection for like a week, and it's been oh my gosh. I've
kicked your butt.
Just right here, yeah. So I don't want to gross people out, but it was just right here was hurting.
All right, I'll jump away and let you guys do the unboxing. I'll come back afterwards. I mean, unless you want me to just be here.
You can hang out with us if you want, man. Like we don't.
Make me smaller. How do you make yourselves bigger so that we can see the unboxing? Because I don't want to take up the center of the screen. I got nothing to unbox. You know.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see if I can mess with this. No, it's just gonna make me big.
Let's see.
Yeah, just take me off the show and then put me back on the show.
All right, I'm just gonna put you in the back backstage. All right. Thanks, dude.
I'll be back in the chat.
Sweet. What's up?
Thanks, dude. I was nervous all day, and then I forgot to check like my updates on my computer and stuff. So I apologize to everybody, but late to my own party.
That's right, dude. Hey, fashionably late, so it works out all right, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I ran upstairs. I'm home alone with my kids because my wife had some training, so I was like, I got like 10 minutes. Let me take the kids to the bathroom real quick because they usually wake up around like 9:30 to go. So you know how it is with the seven. So
yeah, man,
up real quick, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna be fine. And then all of a sudden, I can't get you on.
Hey man, no worries at all. It's totally cool. I'm glad you got in because I was like, no, it's not gonna work tonight, and at least it did.
Yeah, so I appreciate the invite. I feel bad because Jeffrey's been asking me, he's a good friend. We kind of grew up in the same area and we didn't know each other, had the same, local comic shop. And then I went out there for my dad's funeral, and that's when he hooked me up with like a stack of comics, met up and
Remember that.
Yeah, he's been asking me to do it, and I was like, we got it, we're gonna do it. And then I was like, I messaged him after you asked me. I'm like, Jeffrey, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm gonna be doing it with the boy who had 7 asked me because we're both waiting on our Spider-Man booth. So
Yeah.
I didn't even cut it up. I told you I was gonna be tempted, so I just left it.
Dude, I'm right with you, man. Still taped and everything, bro.
My kids were like, Dad, are you gonna open your comics? I mean, as soon as you get them, you just cut them open. I'm like, nah, I'm waiting for a friend, and they're like all day they just been asking me. So
that's cool, man. That's cool. Well, let's see who's in the chat because a lot of people came to say hi to you, man. They're excited to see you tonight, dude. So
I appreciate it.
I know you were in there earlier, so you saw a bunch of people saying hi, but we've got Bake the Snake, Bear Island Comics, Metarog, Superpower Review, Bueller, what's up? I didn't see you till now. Nerd Talk with Bueller. Sweet, man. 9 Square Inches. Let's see, Comic Books NYC obviously is on the show with us. D-Runk, Hack 79, White Whale, what's up, Alec?
Man.
Yeah, man. Did you hear about Alec and DS's auction tomorrow night, man?
I did see that. I'll try to promote that too on my Instagram. I know I'm posting a lot of my sports stuff on there too, so
that's good. That's fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking of like separating it because I know like I have people are like just about the sports and just about the comics. So I might end up just making a second Instagram and separating that. But yeah, definitely want to promote people, you know, on both sites because I know people from the sports, you know, and everything too. So I just try to, you know, support everything I can on there. So
but I feel you with that because there's a lot of times where people will have all of the stuff that they do mixed together, right? And so there's a lot of people that I won't follow back on Instagram because I'm just all about the comics on there, you know? Yeah. And then, unless, of course, it's like my good friends that I know, then, well, it doesn't matter, you know? So there's a lot of guys that'll post stuff about their family and stuff, and I see it and like it because they're our friends, you know? Exactly. But there's total strangers I have no idea about, and they're posting stuff. I'm like, nah, that's not my thing. I just stick with comics. So it's, I mean, maybe wise to just go do your soccer stuff over here and your comic stuff over here. But for now, I'm following you either way, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been thinking of it for a while because like one of my good friends that I've known from designing shirts, do a little promotion real quick.
Yes, do it.
You know, this guy I've been following since like maybe 2008. You know, we've been doing designs and stuff, and then it threw me off because he just hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you've been doing a lot of sports stuff, so I'm actually gonna unfollow your Instagram."
Oh.
But yeah, so it was kind of weird because I'm like, dude, we've been friends for like 10 years, so I think he just wants to focus on like designing and stuff. So I'll probably do like my comic book and design stuff like separately, but it's really kind of weird. But I mean, I'm with you there too. You know, like if someone's putting stuff about things I don't really agree with, I'm like, oh, let me just unfollow you or whatever. But
yeah, you know what? There's a few people that like to post a little bit of risque stuff, and since my kids, what I'll do is I'll be like, all right, here, put this and post this for me, and like my kids will be messing with it and they'll be liking stuff, and so because I don't want them to see stuff like that, like I've unfollowed people, but I actually let them know too. I'm like, hey, just so you know, like love you 100%, but my kids are on this thing, so I got to keep it real, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I mean, that's the cool thing is like the guy was honest, you're being honest, like that's the best thing you can do instead of just like, oh, I'm just gonna follow you real quick, and they're like, why did they unfollow me all of a sudden, you know? But
that sucks, dude. Yeah. Like, what? So
yes, I'm almost at 1,000. All of a sudden, I'm at like 996. I'm like, what the heck? How'd I lose like 3 followers? What did I do?
Do you use one of those like those follower thing where it tells you who's unsubscribed from you and who's subscribing to you and who follows you back and doesn't? Do you do that?
I don't. I didn't. I mean, I'm sure there's an app, but I didn't even know.
Yeah, dude, there's tons of apps, dude. So like what I do is I just have my app on my phone and then I'll check and see like who's unfollowed me and stuff. And a lot of times you'll get like those bigger comic book, like where they just share pictures every day and they'll follow you and they have like 10,000 subscribers or something. And then after like a week or two, they'll just unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like, I'm always like, okay, they unfollowed me, so I unfollowed them, you know?
Well,
hey, hold on. Wait, talk to everyone in the chat. I gotta let my son in.
Oh, no worries. All right, see you guys. Am I getting off? No. Hello? What's up, guys? So I appreciate you guys coming in. I know Tony was doing his thing, and I was actually thinking, I was like, I wonder if anyone's doing a live stream, and I forgot about his stuff on Wednesday night, but I appreciate you guys coming in. I know we got like 7 people in here, and Well, I see 7. I don't know if there's more, but
I see 17.
17, nice. Oh, Bake the Snake's in here too. What's up, buddy? Hopefully everything's okay in Florida over there. That's like a bitter ex-girlfriend. Do you see that by Bake, Matt?
No, what did he say?
He said you're like a bitter ex-girlfriend. Probably
no, you unfollow me. I'm unfollowing you. Yeah, man. Let's see if I can focus that. Let's see who else. We got Big Lion Cat here. Who else popped in? I saw some other names I wanted to mention. Alec, White Whale, Los. What's up, Los? JP. Man, got some good people in here tonight. And a bunch of people.
I'm looking at my phone over here because, like I said, I can't see the chat on this phone. So don't think I'm not, in the situation with you guys. I'm just looking at the chat as well here. But Bear Allen Comics is here too. Big Lion Cat, meow. I haven't seen one of his auctions in a while. I feel bad. I know he's having it like at least once a week, and I haven't jumped on there in a while.
You know what? To be honest, dude, he took a break for a little bit because he was working and because other stuff is going on. The channel, the auctions have been jumping on other people's channels, so you haven't missed much. But this Saturday, he's getting back on it.
Good. I'll have to check him out. So.
There's some people I'm going to invite onto the show, so after we do our unboxing, they can say hello to you, man, because I'm getting messages.
Nice.
People love you, bro.
Oh, maybe my subscribers jump to 150. I'm at 148. So
yeah, let's get them there,
guys.
If you're not subscribed to Daniel, get on it right now, guys.
I haven't been doing much videos on YouTube. I need to I have like a whole. I probably have like 6 boxes upstairs separate from these ones right here that we're gonna unbox. I was talking to you about the Squirrel Girl stuff, trying to get on that before it blows up. But I have a couple of, I haven't unboxed them. They're up there. So those variants I was showing you on Instagram. So
yeah,
I haven't opened those from like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dude, got some good stuff in there, man.
And I think I got the first appearance right. I won an auction last week for like $28 or something. So there's like pretty was it Marvel Superheroes Winter Special from the Squirrel Girl. So
sweet, dude. I know you've been after that one for a while, man.
Yeah, just like I know they talked about like I think it was like a freeform show from like for 2 years they've been talking about New Warriors and still hasn't happened. But I'm thinking probably with the Disney Plus, maybe like they'll announce something probably next year or something about putting it on there. So I was like, I know they're going with the whole female push, so might as well just try to jump on that, which I mean, still decent prices, but.
What are those? Those are Thor books, right?
The Squirrel Girl, no, it was Superheroes Winter Special in like '93. And so I think it has like Wolverine and Rogue and some other people.
Coming at you?
Yeah, they're all jumping at you, yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, I've been seeing that for like $40 or $50 and just raw, and then this one I was just like, well, let me just try to win this, and ended up finally getting it for like under $30, and it seemed like a good condition and everything. So I was like, oh, it's a win, and maybe get it pressed or something, and try to get a good grade on that. I don't know if it'll be a 9.8, but up there somewhere. So
hey man, at least you got that for a great price,
Exactly.
You know who inspires me in the comic book community? There's a lot of people that do, but one guy, when it comes to me making money off of comic books, is DS Comics.
Yeah.
I like to have those 9.8s, right? And so at first I was like 9.8 or nothing. I don't get it. I don't touch it. But if you get it for the right price, like for me personally, and say it comes out at 9.6 and I still want that 9.8, if I got it at the right price, I can always flip it and then use that money towards that 9.8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's smart.
So, but then there's other books like obviously my Punisher behind me that there's no way I'm going to own that in a 9.8. So
yeah,
I got to settle with that 7.5, man.
Yeah, it's still good though. I mean, like you said, eventually if you decide to try to get it, you could always flip it, and that's the thing.
Yep.
I mean, like I told you, I've always been kind of like, I don't know if I want to get slabs because is it really worth it? And I never really looked into it until I got back into comics, because I know you're talking about, you had mentioned, what happened to me about all my comics and stuff.
Yeah, man.
But I was never really into the getting them slabbed, and then now that I have, I'm just like, man, I gotta probably try to be picky about it. And I mean, that's why I only have like 3, and I know it's probably none people really want, but I mean, I'm happy with my 3 that I have so far. Hopefully, we get 4 in one of these right here.
I know, man. I know. Well, you know what? Let's do the unboxing, bro.
All
and
right.
then, after we do that, we're gonna let some people get in here with us. And I want to hear more about your story and stuff, man. Tell everyone that way they know. You know.
I appreciate it. All right, let's see.
So you want to go first? We'll do 1 and 1 each.
Yeah, so I did get 2. I know when I was trying to get my stuff, you weren't sure if I got 1 or 2. I ended up getting 2 because I want to get that Hulk, but
save on the shipping too, man.
When we were talking earlier, I'm like, oh man, I should go grab one of my slabs to measure it against the box, but you know, I think it's gonna be too small. But I was like,
yeah, if we both got these sizes, we definitely don't have a slab, man.
Oh man,
I know, man. I know. When I grabbed it from the mailbox, I was like, crap.
I saw the UPS guy drive by, and I'm helping my wife get ready for her to leave, and I'm just like, I think UPS here. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm waiting for that Spider-Man booth. I'll be right back. She's like, you're supposed to be helping me. I'm like, I'll be right back. And I just ran outside real quick. So the guy was like, oh, are you Daniel? I'm guessing. I'm like, yep, we're waiting for this. So, all right, so I can go first. So I got my first box here.
Go for it, brother. I'm gonna put it on you so everyone can see it.
All right. So again, I apologize about the camera. I'm using an old phone. For some reason, it's the only one that didn't work. My iPhone didn't work, so I apologize. So, oh, sweet. So the first one we got Ninja Turtle 74.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice one. Funny thing, I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan, but I actually don't have much of their comics since I lost a lot of my stuff. Witchblade, I think this might be my second comic of Witchblade. I think Jeffrey gave me one way back when. All right, and then so there's about 5 in here. So the next one is Hot Shots number 4.
Cool.
It's a nice looking one. Then we have this last one. Oh, 2 more. Batman 45.
Nice. Before that dude broke our heart.
Yeah. Uh-oh. If Tony was watching, he'd probably get mad about this. Booster Gold must die. Isn't that his favorite character, Booster Gold? And then the last one. So unfortunately, oh, nice. Vampirilla.
Okay, so it's an expensive book.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It's only my second copy. I got one a few weeks ago, and I can't remember which one I got. It's one of the artists I follow, and I really wanted it. Yeah. So that's it. So not bad. Still happy with it. I'll re-show them, and then you can do yours, Matt. Yeah, dude. So we got, again, Vampirilla.
Were they saying a $30 book?
Yeah, $30 book right here.
Okay.
We have Batman 45 before. Hang it. Sorry, trying to figure out this camera. Haven't used this phone in a while. And then we got Hot Shots number 4. Pretty cool cover.
Yep.
And then we have this Witchblade. Don't know much about Witchblade, so.
Me neither.
And then this one says $20. Cool Raphael, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's really cool. So pretty happy with that.
Cool.
Can't complain.
Cool. I mean, if those prices are right, you got more money than what you paid.
Exactly.
And you said how many of these have you opened? Because I've seen you open a few.
I think this is either my 3rd or 4th.
Cool.
Oh no, maybe 4th or 5th actually.
Yeah.
So.
Nice, man. All right, let's see what I got, bro.
I'm excited to see what you got, Matt.
Boom. Oh, I like it. So a Venom number 150. It looks like a Venomized variant. So there's that one.
That's sweet.
And I'm a huge Venom fan.
That's
obviously.
Sweet.
Boom.
That's
all right. Scooby Apocalypse. I remember when these came out.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cool little filler right there.
Can't go wrong with the white. White.
I like this. Anything having to do with Infinity, I am a fan. So this is an Avengers Assemble, number 19.
Oh, nice.
It's cool, man. I bet Spider-Woman's going to take off one of these days soon.
I think so too.
Yeah?
I think so too. I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, I like this too. Huge Fantastic Four fan. This is Ultimate Fantastic Four. Got Silver Surfer.
Oh, nice. Can never go wrong with the awesome cover like that.
Yeah, man. I like this. Number 42. So it's Silver Surfer Part 1.
Oh, nice.
Do you read the Fantastic Four run that's going on right now?
I haven't read it. When I got back into comics, I know I had just started, and I was like, oh, I need to jump on it. And I got a couple of variants of the issue 1. Like I got a hidden gem one with Galactus, and then I got the 2 different King Kirby covers that he did. There's the black and white one and the color one with all the Fantastic Four that's sideways.
Yep.
And so I was like really excited for the series, and I know it hasn't been talked about much, but I just keep, when Midtown has their sale, I'm like, man, I should probably just start picking these up and start reading it, because I like Fantastic Four a lot too. Actually more than Avengers. I know, you've heard me say X-Men is my favorite, but I would say I like Fantastic Four more than Avengers as well.
Yeah.
So I haven't really read it, but I know these last few issues have been pretty intense with Hulk and, the Thing and stuff like that. So
the most recent issue I read, man, it had me super emotional. It was just giving a flashback to when the Fantastic Four first started, and it was actually showing old panels from the old story in it, man. It was really good. And I was sitting there thinking, like, this is my favorite read that I've read in the last week. So it's a pretty good read.
Yeah, I saw an article because, like, I don't remember what article they were talking about, that last issue too, about how like they kind of did a whole flashback. And did they end up changing a little bit or they just went more into detail of the origin?
They tampered with it just a little bit, man, but not too bad to where it's like, what are they doing? Like it was a good homage, I would say. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's why I was like interested in it, because I had saw an article about it. I don't know if this was the thing that they had announced a few months ago. I don't know if you remember a few months ago they had talked about something about going about the origin of Fantastic Four, but I don't know if this was it or if they're gonna change something about their origin. But
I could see this being it, because they were like starting it and showing things that didn't really happen, but they alluded to. Like it was. I enjoyed it, man. I think it was a really good read, and if you like Fantastic Four, I'd recommend picking it up, man. So, but here's the last book I got. This is the, I guess, G.I. Joe number 1. Oh, looks like I lost Danny. He looks frozen. Let's see. Are you frozen there?
Yeah,
you're frozen, or I can barely hear you, man. Let's see here.
And clear, and
there it is. There you are.
Green clear.
Kind of.
All black and white. Can you hear me?
Kind of, man. You're coming in and out. You're coming in and out.
I wonder if I should refresh my thing real quick. Let's see.
There you go. You sound better now.
Is that better? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Nothing changed on you. I wonder if it's my side. I apologize.
No worries, dude. Totally cool, man. All right, you want to hit your second box up?
All right. So this one's a little here, but it's the same size, so we know.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, nice. So this is another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder, number 1. I think this is a variant.
Yeah, it is.
$20.
Dude, nice.
That's a really nice one.
Are you reading that run?
I have not.
It's so good.
That's what everyone. It's so hard. I was telling Jeff, like, I need to go back on comics. There's just so much. Obviously it's in the pocket, but there's so much great stuff that I'm missing out. Like this, Four. This is a nice cover. I don't have Crow, but this is Crow number 3. It's better probably the whole.
The Crow, cool.
So, and then we have Generation X, number 4. I don't know when this one came out.
Yeah, that was a newer one.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, with the digital content. And then we have Nightcrawler, Icon, 2 of 4. Nice looking cover. Sorry about the glare.
That's cool.
Oh, nice. This one makes it worth it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I missed out on getting any Carnage versus Deadpool. This is number 1. Very nice one.
Dude, that's sick, man.
I just picked up number 2. I don't know which cover I got today for New Comic Book Day, but the ones I wanted I couldn't pick up. But this is a nice one, so this definitely makes up for it since I missed that one that came out. So I'm definitely happy with that one.
Man, I like it.
So
I like it. Sweet, man. Are you a Deadpool fan?
Yeah, like we were talking about it when the New Mutant 98 was announced for the grand prize over the weekend. I was like, well, I do like Deadpool, but I wouldn't say he's like in my top 10.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed the movies. Obviously, that's made me a little bit more interested in him. But I mean, I think he's a good character, just not a top 10 of mine. So
cool, man. So Comic Books NYC is kind of asking a question about these boxes. And the last time I did that Spider-Man booth unboxing, what I did is during the video, I stopped and then I went and checked to see what the books were selling for. And so what I found in that one video was that sticker price that they had on there was right on. So there's been a lot of times where, it'll say $30 and I go look and $31, $28.99 plus shipping, it's right around there.
Yeah.
And there has been some that I've looked at and I'm like, okay, it says it's 30 here, but it's going for 5 now. And it's maybe after the hype dies down or something like that, Yeah. But I think what happens is there's such a big comic shop that they're able to get those books at a really good price, because they're incentive variants. So they're buying stuff and they're able to give them to us. And that's how they make their money there,
Yeah. I know there's been a couple of unboxings I've seen and they're like, on the live stream or in the chat, people are like, well, that's more of like a $6 book. And so I haven't had it. I've actually, the few that I've gone and checked have been pretty close as well.
Yeah.
When you did that, where you were unboxing and checking.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I used to get Bueller boxes and loved it when Bueller started doing it. Totally wanted to support him. I think I got 4 of those or 3 or 4 of those. I used to get Comic Tom boxes. But when I decided that I was going to take my collection in a different direction, I had to cut those out because I'm really looking for specific books. And if I'm trying to get an Avengers 1, which is the last one on my list, I got to save every penny I got. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is really a gamble. But then at the same time, like when, what was it? The Hulk 181 and there's another one. Because this is actually, these 2 boxes I'm opening are from the week before.
Okay.
And my Hulk 181 is that one's still in the mail. I get it Friday.
Okay. So
like there was one that I did because I'm like, okay, if I get that book, for $30, I'm cool. And then I did what's the show called on Thursdays? Have you watched it when they do Thursday trivia with that Spider-Man booth?
Oh, it's I didn't even know he had it until I was watching Insta Monday like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, I forgot he has a Thursday show. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, man. What he does for the people that don't know is that he'll give a trivia question, and then as you're online, if you jump on and you start answering the question, you put it in the discount code, it'll give you different discounts. And so on this one, I got $30 off. 25 bucks off, something like that. I can't remember, guys. So I paid like very little for both of these boxes. And then on the Hulk one, I got 3 boxes coming in because I got buy 2, get 1 free. So Daniel, you're breaking up a little bit again, man. It's all good. It's all good. Superpower review. We still got some stuff 2 more boxes to open.
No, I had started a series and it was around where my dad died. I had started. It was called Tale of 2 Mystery Boxes. I only did like 3. I only did like 3 episodes, but I was doing it where like, is it worth buying these mystery boxes? I was comparing 2 different mystery boxes to see if it would be worth it.
Yeah, I watched them all.
Or none. So, but when my dad passed away, I was just like, I had to take like a last second trip out to California and stuff. So that kind of took a hit. And so I was in the same mindset as you, like, I need to kind of focus on what I really want to get and stuff. So I haven't even actually been getting a lot of new comic book days for like the last 2-3 weeks, because I've been trying to get, other keys that I've wanted. But
and I noticed you've been getting them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, like
a lot that people are wanting, but ones that I've wanted, thinking that maybe down the road they might be something. And having 2 girls, they might like Squirrel Girl, or something like that. But
cool, man.
So
I love that Rogue variant you got, dude.
Oh yeah, I was so pumped,
sick, dude.
I was so pumped with that San Diego Comic-Con, Godly Comics on Instagram. He does giveaways. Do you follow him on Instagram at all or no?
I don't. Godly Comics? Actually, you know what? I think I recently started following him.
He's a security guard for like the cons. And so like he's always posting videos of him like doing security for Todd McFarlane. Like he and San Diego Comic-Con, he was like, I forgot the guy's name, Godly Comics. I feel bad. It's slipping my mind, but he's like, oh, I was looking for you. He's like, oh, I was on your security yesterday, not today. So it's like on video that Todd McFarlane's telling him that he was looking for him to do security, but it was his day off and he was there. But I think that kind of gets him an in on the cons to like get in line and stuff like that. But when I got that Rogue, I was like pumped up because I woke up in the middle of the night. My little girl was like crying, having a nightmare or something. And after helping her, I look at my phone to see what time it was. I'm like, what's this message from Godly Comics? And I had just started following him like 2 weeks earlier.
Oh, that's
right. Like, oh my gosh, I freaking won. And I was like so pumped.
Dude,
I was telling everyone I was about to buy it on eBay like the next day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll have to, it's beautiful in person too.
That's why I started following Godly Comics, because you told me about that. Like when we were chatting the other day, and so I looked it up and I started following it, man. So that's cool.
Yeah, so it was really cool. And I was talking to him a little bit, and he's like, actually, I told him how Rogue was like my favorite X-Men after Wolverine. And so when I won, like he did like a live stream drawing and stuff, and my name was, he had like little tickets. And then he told me, he's like, yeah, my wife was actually happy that you won, because I was telling her about like how you're a big Rogue fan and how you used to live in California and never went to San Diego Comic-Con, like that. So it was kind of funny.
Dude, that's cool, man. So you're kind of like me. I'm Wolverine, Rogue and Gambit, and Psylocke. Those are my favorite X-Men right there, man. Who are yours?
Mine would be Wolverine, Rogue, and I guess I'll throw Gambit with her because now they're married. And then I'm trying to think. I would say probably I've liked Iceman. I know he gets like a lot of crap because Iceman and like what he's throwing the snowballs and stuff. But for some reason I've always liked Iceman too. So I would say probably him after Rogue and Gambit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I definitely was a fan of Iceman for a long, long time. I don't like the way they changed his character recently because he had so many years of being one way. But but yeah, I have no problem with him. He's cool, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people are like Iceman, and then like you can find all his, his comics in the dollar bin. Probably get like the whole series for like $10. But yeah.
Hey man, makes it good for collecting though.
Yeah, exactly. I think that even one of them, I forgot who the bad guy was that they were talking about possibly coming to the MCU a few months ago, and his first appearance is in one of the, I think like Iceman number like 3 or 4 from like the 80s.
Really?
Like that, yeah. So
well, let me roll through this box real quick, and then that way we can get Kavi back in here and some other people that want to say hi. But
the comics, I mean,
check that out right there.
My cousin just jumped on. He was calling me right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cousin Frankie. He's a photographer. He's the one. He took pictures of me when I went there for my dad's funeral.
Yeah.
He wanted to take professional pictures of me for my board MLS fan stuff. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
dude. And I got the other one, so like this goes with it,
Yeah, you could take me off if you want to show it bigger for everyone to see. If you want to take me off the screen.
All right, I'm gonna skip this next one because my wife wouldn't appreciate it.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Here's another one right here. Teen Titans, New
Oh,
52. Cool. Man, a huge fan of the Teen Titans. I love them. I think they're
Are
awesome.
you reading the current one too, or no?
I stopped, man. I was reading it and I just stopped enjoying it, man. So I was like, all right, I'm dropping it. And I get so many books like that I had to start dropping things, and since I wasn't enjoying it, that one went out the door, man.
Yeah, I was telling Jeffrey the other day, like I was doing the Batman run, like I was collecting that, and then I was just like I wasn't buying comics for new comic book day for a couple weeks. So I was like, well, I'm just not gonna get Batman. And obviously, that's when what's the name gets Alfred gets.
Yeah, dude.
I ruined that for anybody, but for a week
dude.
after that,
You're like, what did I do?
what I do.
I got it.
That's nice. That's
Deceased, right? Yeah, Deceased #1 looks like a cool variant right there.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's a nice one.
That's cool.
I didn't see that one. There's so many variants. Like,
yeah,
I'll be going like on eBay. I'm like, I never saw that one, and it's just crazy how much variants are coming out nowadays.
Yeah, man. I agree with the guys in the chat. I think it's worth taking a shot at certain GPs, grand prizes, that I in my collection for only $30 or $60. And then if I had to, I could take these, flip them. Even if I don't get all of my money back, at least I get some money back, and it was worth a chance,
Exactly.
Because the first time I ordered boxes, I won the X-Men #2.
I remember that.
Remember?
Yeah. That was the first time I bought a box too, and I was just like, oh, I should have done what you did and waited till.
That's right, we were talking about it, right?
And I was just like, crap, and that's why I got the idea was from you to do that. So, sorry, my cousin.
Kavi, come back in when you're ready, bro.
What's that?
I was telling NYC to come in when he's ready. And I just like the odds that Insta Mondays gives you. I really think it gives you a really good shot at getting something good, And so like when I did my mystery boxes, I wanted to give people, if they were going to buy something from me and maybe not get exactly what they wanted because it's a mystery box, at least they were getting a shot at getting like a really nice book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I bought your boxes, and I'm still happy about it, to be honest, because I mean, obviously with the whole Nova news and stuff like that, I'm just like, I need to go get that Nova that I got from your mystery box.
Yes, dude. Yes. Thank you for doing that, by the way, too, man. Look who joined us, man. Look who joined us.
For those who don't know, I just started in the community probably like October, November of last year. It's because of that man, Bueller. His was the only channel that I watched like religiously. I'd watch his his coffee comments and comics. I'm saying it wrong, Bueller. I'm sorry. I should know. I've watched it.
Right.
Hell, man, I get it wrong all the time, and I've been saying it for 53 episodes. Daniel, I wanted to jump on here and just say hello. I've never got a chance to talk to you live and stuff like that, and I'm actually a fan. I watched your little dancing thing the other day. I got a big kick out of that. I thought that was awesome and stuff. But I watch your videos, and every time I watch your videos, you never stop smiling.
Thank you, man.
And I like them another way. The reason why I like them again is your videos are very short. I have a very short attention span. So I like your little 3 or 4 minute videos, man. They're perfect. And,
well, that's what I noticed, because some of my longer ones have like the fewest views, and so I'm like, I need to keep it short, like 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and just be done with it. Because
smart.
Yeah, the majority of my videos are pretty short as well. That's pretty much on me because of that reason type thing. I just have a short attention span. But always been a fan. I want to say thank you. Also, I think all 3 of you guys have bought Bueller boxes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point I was trying to make in the chat, saying that like there are mystery boxes such as yours that I feel are attractive or have value just unto its own without some sort of gamble involved,
GP,
right? Yeah. So, and that's why I like your box.
And that was kind of my point about doing it, because for one, I wanted to make sure that it was cheap, and that was the first thing. I was like, okay, $11-10. That's it. That's my cutoff type thing. And I can't do much about the shipping. The shipping is what it is. The priority or medium mail. I wish there was a better way to ship books that were more cheaper. but there just isn't. So that's just kind of the case. But I figure if I can give the most books at the least price, I think that's a great option. And honestly, I kind of look at my box as being, not really a starter box, but a box that everybody can enjoy type thing. It's like, hey, you're going to get 10 books. You're going to get Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, whatever, And if you want to get a box for your kid or whatnot and give them, that's great. They just spent $10 for a bunch of books type thing. So I haven't been selling many lately. I've been kind of holding back because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I don't know how you get those boxes out.
It's you probably notice I just don't really talk, like I'm not on Instagram as much, like saying, oh, I got my boxes, go get them or whatnot. And I every now and then I kind of bring it up on my show, but not really push it type thing. Yeah. It's just a lot of work. And honestly, I'm almost out of books. That's right. The problem when you run out of books. You can't really.
Yeah, I think I remember on like one of your live shows, you were like, Sam was over my house and he was like, is this all you have in your collection?
I've more than half my collection is gone because of those, and that's just in a matter of 6 to 7 months, and it's halfway gone. And but there's a convention this week, so I'm looking at picking up a bunch of books, and then there's another small little swap meet thing in October, and I usually load up when I go to that thing. I mean, I'll buy hundreds and hundreds of books, so that should last a little bit, maybe through Christmas. So I'm hoping. So
nice.
But very cool to come on here and talk to Daniel. Daniel's an awesome guy.
Dude, Daniel's an awesome guy. Daniel's one of the nicest guys that I've met, honestly, in the community. Like, I love talking to him on IG. And the offer still stands. If you ever come to New York, you crash on my floor, my couch, whatever you want to do, dude.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was telling Jeffrey after I talked to you, I touched base with him again. He's like, you better come up because, he's going to be there for all 4 days. Yeah. So I was looking for tickets and seeing what the best day would be to come just for like at least 1 day.
Drop by, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A few hours away only.
What con is that?
New York Comic-Con.
New York?
It's like in a month. Was it
3 weeks-ish?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Those plane tickets aren't cheap anymore, though, man.
No. Well, I can get like the mega bus and take it from here. It's not very expensive from here. It's only like probably round trip. It'll probably be like maybe $80.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And I'm used to getting on the Greyhound from California to Denver when I used to go visit family. So, I mean, 4 or 5 hour drive from here to New York isn't bad. So
yeah, it's not too bad. I recently took a Greyhound bus for 5 hours to Boston to go to that con a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
It's so affordable. It's like $15, Can't beat
it.
I
think I even saw. I mean, even if I do it like late at night, it'll probably still be like $15 to $20 just one way. So it's not very expensive. So.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Daniel is a big Denver Nuggets fan.
Oh, yeah.
He also happened to lose to the Portland Trailblazers in the playoffs. Just want to point that out. 7-game series.
That was a great series, though. That was a great series. Sam tells me every so often because I talk to Sam's Tangled Web on Instagram too, and he's brought it up a few times recently about that. But I think we're gonna be okay this year. We'll see what happens this year to the Blazers.
The Portland Trailblazers don't get a lot of chance to like brag about what they've done. So anytime we do something, we gotta make sure we
I have no idea what's going on in basketball these days. Like, I live within striking distance of the Brooklyn Nets, and I don't even know what their record is. Like, I don't. If you asked, I wouldn't know. I would have to look it up.
They should have a good team. Well, Kevin Durant's there, but he won't be playing this year, I don't think, because he's rehabbing his torn Achilles.
I heard about that. I at least heard about that. So there you go.
I know
the season hasn't started. Oh yeah, so football season just started. I'm a Giants fan, so I was optimistic that they could beat the Cowboys week 1, but they suck. So.
Matt, did you do both of your boxes, or you just have one?
No, I did mine. I got them both done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you see them all?
I bought a couple of those boxes.
Did you really?
I like a few months back. I bought a couple. I just wanted to try it out. It's not really my thing. I sell boxes, but I don't really buy boxes.
Yeah.
But I wanted to try them, and I thought they were pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I got the variants with the little price tags on them, And I thought it was pretty cool, but they weren't like variants I'd go out and buy.
Yeah.
By myself. You know, I want to go buy that one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as they have a value, I thought that was pretty cool. But honestly, the best thing I liked about the box was the actual box. The box itself is what I like. Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome looking.
Yeah, they are, bro.
I gave one to Sam and kept the other one. So I think they're really cool looking boxes. So hats off to them.
You know what's hilarious is when I just recently sold 15 mystery boxes, and they all had a slab, and then I literally filled that Spider-Man booth boxes up with raw books, and then stuffed it in there and sent it. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just recycling, baby.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the way
I've never bought that Spider-Man booth box, but I've had 3 come through this place from other people. Like, you know,
they're good boxes. Yeah. They are.
For sure, man.
A lot of people have gotten a lot of great books. I think as time grows, because I've asked myself this question, the more boxes you sell, the more like really good books you got to come up with.
Yeah,
and that's not an easy task. So I mean, the odds go a little bit lower as more people buy them, I would presume. If less people are buying them, the odds are better. You know, we're getting something good. But if you got 10 times the amount of people buying, it's a lot of work to get some of those books back. So,
man,
at least at a good, affordable price. But they do a good job. My hat's off to them.
When I did my 100 boxes earlier this year,
I saw that.
Man, I lost so much stuff from my collection. And then I always I hate making people feel like they're not happy.
Yeah.
And so I got one guy that he bought 2 boxes, and then he messaged me and he's like, "Oh, they're okay, man. I'm actually kind of disappointed." And I'm like, so then I went through all the rest of the boxes and started adding more stuff for my collection. My wife comes in. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't want people to be angry. She's like, "It's a mystery box. That's the point. It's a gamble. Like, you can't stop doing that." And I'm like, "No, I can't. I feel bad." And I just started losing stuff. And
I mean, what you're saying right now is the very reason why I would never sell my own mystery box, because it's just I don't want that feeling. Like, I would much rather sell a book or a series of books for what those books are, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same way. I look at them, I'm like, is this good enough? You know, and of course I've sent out a lot. You know, and you know, they're on eBay, so people can reply and tell me what they think. You know, and stuff.
Yeah, true.
And so far, it's been nothing but positive, which I, knock on wood, I appreciate that. But it's always the case where I
rating, Bueller, like on eBay, you're on 100% rating.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if that's good, but I'll take it.
I was happy with my Bueller boxes, and then my mystery box from Matt. I've been really happy with it. Like, I still go through it because I just got 2 boxes from you. Was like 2 weeks ago, I think. So
yeah, you guys are keeping my lights on. I appreciate that.
Hey, Daniel won a Nova 1 for me, and now that book is stinking hot right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I just sent out some books the other day that were like, all of a sudden they're just popping right now, and they were in the box, and it was like something happened like over like last week. I was like, oh man, I put a bunch of those in my boxes, and now they're like $15, $20 books, and I have like 10 of them.
I got to tell a story for a second. The other day, I don't remember what day exactly it was, but I had like bad insomnia and I couldn't fall asleep, and I decided to pull up YouTube, and I put on the video where Bueller is talking to himself.
Oh yeah.
With insomnia, I don't know, man.
Insomnia.
That wasn't. What are you talking about, man? Are you okay?
That blew my mind. I was like, "Am I imagining this right now?" That video was hilarious, dude. Well done.
Dude, I'll tell you this. The next episode is going to come out on Friday. Okay, that's going to be a weekly video. And I'm going balls out, man. I mean, I am literally going to have conversations with myself that you should not have on camera, but I can get away with it because I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to someone else. I'm talking to myself. It's awesome. It's going to be something different because basically it's Bueller, the comics of Bueller, and then the other guy is me, Travis. Okay,
right.
That's what it is, and we're kind of dicks to each other. So I mean, it's kind of funny. So I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
Cool, man. That's cool. So Daniel, I wanted you to tell people about like your collection and you and why like you're back into comics and stuff, man. Share some stuff with us right now while you're on here, bro.
Well, a few years back, when I was in college, I had like tons of comics. Like I had a lot of key Fantastic Four, X-Men, Amazing Spider-Mans, and I started collecting in early 90s, and just was collecting a lot of that stuff, and got some collection from my older brothers that were collecting since like the 80s and 70s and stuff. And when I went off to college, my mom's like, you need to take your comic books with you, because I had tons of them. So I ended up taking about 2/3 of my collection to our new apartment that I had just moved into, and I lived in our school is kind of like in the ghetto, so I would keep my comic books in shoe boxes, because I wouldn't buy like the main boxes and stuff, long boxes and stuff. So my roommate, he had like 50 or 60 pairs of Nike shoes, and then I'm walking in with all my comic books in shoe boxes. And all of a sudden, like one day, after probably like a week or two after I just brought my comics with me, our apartment gets broken into, and all his shoes and all my comics are basically stolen, which obviously they were there for the shoes, and they probably thought that my comics were shoes, so they just
Wow,
I've never stolen anything, but they just probably just took all the boxes and took everything. So I lost a lot of those key comics. And so that kind of put me off of comics for a long time, because I was just devastated. I mean, like I said, ASM, Fantastic Four, X-Men, like, especially my X-Men, because like I said, that's my favorite team and stuff. And
didn't you have a giant size and stuff like that?
What was that?
Didn't you have a giant size one?
Yeah, I had giant size, and then I didn't have X-Men #1, but I had a lot of the early ones, and then a lot of, like, I had obviously Silver Surfer first appearance, because and then I had a couple of Hulk, but I didn't have Hulk 181, because my brothers, funny story, my brothers had Hulk 181, and they sold it to a guy for like $20.
Oh.
And they're like super excited, to have it for $20, and all of a sudden, their comic book store, they're like, hey, do you still have your Hulk 181? We'll give you $100 for it. They're like, oh, we just sold it for $20 like last week. They're like, that's going to keep going up. So they went back to the guy to try to buy it. The guy's like, oh, I'll sell it to you for $300 now. And so they're like super bummed. I'm like, oh. So like they always tell me that story. So they handed a lot of their comics down to me, but I was out of comics for a while just because of that. And I would like here and there, go to a comic shop and get some stuff. So that's how Jeffrey, even though we didn't know each other, we kind of went to the same comic book shop, but we never crossed paths. But like I would go in there every so often and get like a couple comics here and there that I probably wanted to read and stuff. But it wasn't until recently that I decided, I just love comics so much, I need to get back into it. And so that's why I got back into it.
What triggered that again, man? Was it watching Bueller's videos? Was it just doing something?
Like I was watching Bueller's, everything from his 50 Cent, diving to his coffee and everything. And then I saw a video when he invited Comic Tom to one of the cons last year. And so I was just like, man, like, and then I pulled out whatever comics I had, and I was like, man, I kind of miss it. And so it really was kind of because of Bueller. And then because of him, I found this great community in the comic book community. And then I, found Comic Tom, then Reggie, and then We Love Comics, and then just kind of trickled down, then your channel, and then White Whales, and then John's and then it just started going, Jeffrey, and I was like, man, I just need to get back into it. And that just kind of really what got me. So you can thank that man right there, Bueller, kind of get back into it. So
well, tell your wife I'm sorry.
Yeah,
there's less room in the house and less money will be spent at the store.
That's right.
Yeah, there's I haven't gone to a big con, but like I go to like the little ones that they have, like maybe in in a hotel, banquet hall or something that they still have.
Those are actually the best ones to go.
Yeah, they are, and I still enjoy those. And so there's one here in Maryland that they have in Laurel, like it's like every 3 months. And so they had it this week, and I was like, oh, I was going to go, and my wife's like, you don't need any more comics, especially if you're going to go to New York Comic Con. Just, you're going to go to that one this month. I'm like, dang it. But yeah, so I'll tell her you said sorry, Bueller.
That's hilarious, man. I love
I'm sorry that you lost all your comics, man. That sucks. You know, I know that. I mean, we value these things so much more than monetary value. I mean, that we're emotionally connected to our books. We really are. And for you to lose the books because somebody stole them, that's horrible, man. I feel for you because it's not easy to replace them because for one, it's not the same book. You know, I mean, a lot of times on the books, I can look at a book that I've had in my collection and I can identify it by the way it looks. I mean, there might be 10,000 copies of that book, but I know exactly what mine looks like.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for you to lose out on your books and then have to reboot years later, it's not an easy task, and I admire that.
I wish I would have rebooted like before, you know, obviously all this hype with MCU and stuff, you know, especially now with
We all do.
Don't we all?
Exactly.
Yep. I always have this conversation. What would you do if you had a time machine? And I've come to the realization I wouldn't change anything because I don't want to mess with time, right? And I've learned from every mistake and every great experience. But the one thing I would do is I would go to comic book stands in the 1930s and I would pick up everything that I could, man.
Didn't you learn anything by watching Endgame that it would just create a separate timeline?
I will, but that's okay. Those people can deal with it. I'll bring it back to our time.
Yeah, just one Action Comics.
I grabbed this because you guys are saying, like, I posted this today. I've got a 9.8 of this, but this is literally the book I read a whole bunch of times as a kid, the exact copy, you know? And I love that I still have it. And I remember being 9 years old looking at this hologram thinking, this is the coolest thing in the world. Like, hologram, and you just stare at it as a kid, you know? And I mean, you guys are right. It means a lot more than just that monetary value for sure.
Yeah. The cool thing is, it was for Comic Books NYC. He had his contest for, I forgot what number he hit, but I had shared the story. I shared the story of one of my first X-Men comic, which thankfully didn't get stolen. It's not even like valuable. I think you can find it for like $1 on eBay or even, but basically, we were driving from to Colorado and we stopped at a 7-Eleven and my dad, I was getting into comics and my dad's like, well, let me buy you a comic book. And I ended up getting my first X-Men comic. And a couple of days later, you know, I was reading that every chance I got. And a couple of days later, my mom was like, you need to go outside and go play with your old friends. And so I left, you know, I was like 9 or 10 and I left my comic book just on the couch and my dad was tired. So he took a nap on the couch and so it got all bent up. So basically it doesn't have a lot of value, but you know, my dad just passed away. So it has a lot more meaning now, you know, to me because it, you know, it has all those creases from him laying on it and stuff like that and getting all bent up. So, you know, like we're saying, you know, there's just those comics that just mean a lot, like the one you just mentioned, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when you shared that video, man. So it's good stuff for sure. Yeah. So what are your plans for your comic book collection nowadays, man? Like, what are you trying to do with it?
Like I was telling you, it's just so hard because there's so much great comics coming out with all these variants. And like a couple weeks ago, I ended up getting a couple of great those Ghost Spider variants. You know, they're like I think $20 each. And I don't know. I have my list of what I want for 2019. Sorry, my cat's here.
It's all good.
So I was telling Reggie that I actually want to focus on X-Men because those are still pretty reasonably priced. I mean, obviously, like X-Men 1 and Giant Size are pretty high, but like even like the earlier ones aren't very expensive. So I think I might start focusing on trying to get some early X-Men before they officially announce an MCU movie and stuff like that before they'll start blowing up. But I mean, X-Men is my favorite team of all time. So I think that might be the best thing to try to replenish that stuff. So
cool, man. I've been thinking about this next year and what I want to do with my collection. I had a 2019 want list. I've got all of the books except for 2. And I was thinking, I think next year I'm going to spend more time going to cons and meeting up with people and having those type of experiences than having a big old want list next year, you know? Because I was thinking about it. These guys, Bueller is going to be going down to Orlando, and a whole bunch of people are going there. A whole bunch of people are going to C2E2 again. There's a bunch of the guys in the community going to the Vegas con, you know? So I was thinking if I go to those 3 places, it's going to cost me a pretty penny, and my wife's going to want to go to all of them. So I got to spend some money doing that, right? So I was thinking, but it'll be really cool to meet up with Bueller, to get Sam on a plane and get him to Orlando.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Lost cause or what, Bueller?
We might have to take separate planes.
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. My little girl's crying real quick. I'll be right back. You guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
No worries, dude.
Go for it, man. So, but yeah, that's what I've been thinking about doing, guys. Is I'd love to go meet up with people, have that experience, hang out, have a good time, you know?
Yeah, man, it's fun. I mean, I've been doing that this year, and it's been awesome.
I know I saw those pictures of you, man, and hanging out with everyone, and I was like, that would be so much fun.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
I mean, you can't hit every one, you know. You got to be selective, but you know.
For sure, man. And then I mean,
I think I'll probably go to C2E2 next year. I don't think I can do Baltimore, which is the one that a lot of people are going to, because it's like the week after or 10 days after New York Comic Con, and my wallet will be empty after New York Comic Con.
Be gone.
Yeah, so I can't swing that. But
what are you gonna hit up next year then?
Probably C2E2 would be the first one.
Cool.
Which is what?
Good, because then
February or March? I don't know. One of those.
I don't know. I gotta look into it more.
Look at it. Yeah.
How about you, Bueller? What are you gonna do?
I'll always go to New York Comic Con so long as I live here. You know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
How about you, Bueller? What are you gonna hit up next year?
Well, for sure the Orlando one. I think it's MegaCon. They got so many cons down there. It seems like I might be getting it wrong, but that one for sure. And then my local ones here in Oregon. And then I didn't go to Emerald City Comic Con this year. That's kind of a big one for the West Coast. I'll definitely go to that one.
Seattle.
What's that?
Is that Seattle?
Yeah, it's Seattle.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't mind hitting up another one on the West Coast in California somewhere. I don't know what's going on down there. Honestly, maybe San Diego Comic Con. That might be on the list. I mean, that's.
I've been to San Diego before.
Yeah,
it's kind of overwhelming.
I'd like to go to at least once in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to go like every year because it's just so.
It's so
massive, you know.
Yeah.
But at least once, I'd like to check it out.
Yeah. I thought about doing that because last time I took my kids to Disneyland, we were there the week of the Comic Con. Mm-hmm. And so at our hotel, we walk out ready in our Disneyland stuff. And then like everybody around us is in cosplay, man.
Yeah.
And so the kids are like, well, let's go there instead, you know? So it looked like so much fun, man. And I mean, everybody in the hotel was just dressed up cosplay. I mean, it was big time, you know? So good stuff.
Yeah. I've never been down to Florida or really much on the East Coast at all. So I'm really looking forward to going down there and just hang out with everybody. And, you know, there's so many people there. It seems like every other person I talk to, I'm around Florida. Type, okay, cool. So
yeah, I want to go to Galaxy's Edge and then go to like a Comic Con also at the same time.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be cool. I'm going to Harry Potter World if I go down there. That's what I'm doing. What's up with that face, got me?
I like the movies, but I don't have an interest going on a Harry Potter ride for some reason. Maybe. I mean, is it like one ticket? Like, does that get you into Harry Potter Land and Star Wars? Or
I don't even know.
Yeah,
bro. I don't even know.
If I had to choose one to buy a ticket to, it would be Star Wars. But if you get to do both for like one price, I would do both.
Hey, Matt, you can appreciate this. My son just binge watched all the Harry Potter movies like last weekend.
Yes.
He'd only seen the first two, and he's a fan. So I don't know how many more. There's like 8 more or 8 total or something, but he watched all of them. And apparently I had them all on DVD, and I had no idea I did. So I was like, oh, there you go.
Yeah, I have the Blu-ray box set or something for Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh, every Christmas, like December starts, we start watching all of them as a family, man. Nice. I mean, we've had big old parties where we invite people over. They have to come dressed up, and they have to bring Harry Potter themed food and stuff, man. So we do it hard. Our own Comic Cons here at home, man.
That sounds cool.
Daniel,
in Texas. What's that?
Have you been to any cons? Or are you planning on going to any cons? I know you're talking about going to that one.
I haven't been to any big cons. Like I said, I've only gone to the ones like in banquet halls at like hotels and stuff.
Yeah, like me.
I was talking
those are fun cons, though. I like those kind of
yeah,
cons.
those are really cool. I was talking to NYC because he had told me Jeffrey's going up there for 4 days in a couple weeks. So I was talking to my wife. I'm probably gonna try to go for at least like 1 or 2 days of the con up there. I'll be my first one. I always wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con when I lived in California.
I would decide quick, man. Like the Thursday badges are the only ones that are available right now with like the normal, like the original price or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you want any other day besides Thursday right now, you have to go to the They have like an official aftermarket, but where you'll pay like inflated prices, but.
Exactly. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe it'd just be better just to go to the first day. And I know it's not like there's as much going on as like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Thursday's the best day for the hunting perspective because there's way less panels, way less like opportunities to get distracted with other things besides hunting for comic books. It's the best day from that perspective.
So I might try to do that because Jeffrey gets there Wednesday, right? He gets there the night before.
Well, I guess it depends on what your definition of Wednesday is. I think he gets here like past midnight on Wednesday. So like, so it'll be like a pretty late night. Yeah, like a red eye flight or something. Or not even not a red eye flight, just like a late landing flight.
Okay.
I'm jealous of you, man. You get to hang out with Jeffrey. I love that.
I know. Well, I thought you hung out with Jeffrey.
I did. No, it wasn't long ago. It was like a year ago. So I'm jonesing for some Jeffrey. I vote Jeffrey.
It's so funny. The picture I posted on Instagram, they're like, Daniel, are you that tall or is Jeffrey that short? I'm like, well, I'm actually standing on the curb because if you look at it, he looks so short compared to me. But he's not.
Dude, I thought you were a giant, bro. I was like, this dude is a giant, man.
While leaning over him.
Oh my God. That's cool, man. Yeah, so like here in El Paso, we have a con every year, and it's been getting better and better. We did have like Chris Claremont come by, so that was really cool.
Nice.
We had Kevin Eastman. This year we had Donnie Cates come, but I got sick out of my mind and missed all 3 days, man. I was in bed, couldn't get out. But I mean, and then I went down to Dallas for a road show, and that's it for me, man. So I want to go to some of these bigger cons and experience them. I want to go down an artist alley, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't done that. Like, I'd love to get a book like JB and go down that thing and
Artist Alley at New York Comic Con. It not only is it massive, but like there's so many people like packed into it. It can be intense. Like that's the one thing. That's the one. You know, depends on how you look at it. You could look at it as a drawback, or you could look at it as like, you know, a positive because it's a surreal feeling to be experiencing comic fandom with that many people at the same time in the same room.
I bet
it's a really cool feeling, and it's fun. So I can't wait to be back at New York Comic Con.
Man, that's fun. And you said it's at beginning of October, or when is it?
It's October 3rd through the 6th. Yeah.
Oh, man. Cool.
Man, I was pretty close to you, man. You're in El Paso?
Yeah.
I was up there in Albuquerque earlier in the year.
No way.
It was a few-hour drive, man. We could have met up.
Dang it.
I was there for a whole week.
Dude, I go to Albuquerque all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Next time you go, let me know. I'll hit you up for sure.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Ever run into Walter White?
No.
Well, I'm wearing.
Those photos from us. Love it. I didn't even see that.
I bought this in Albuquerque.
That's awesome.
So did you go look at all the sites and stuff?
What's that?
Did you go look at all the sites and everything for Breaking Bad?
I did. I went and saw the house.
Yeah.
His house. I went there and as you just drive through Albuquerque, you'll notice places like that's the hotel where the hooker was at, type thing, or something like that, you know. Yeah. And, but it's because they filmed it there the whole time.
Yep.
And but you'll just notice things right off the bat. But the first place I wanted to go to was the house. Yeah. And there was a bunch of people there and just doing the same thing. I think I have a picture of it on my Instagram or something, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Aren't they making a movie?
Netflix, yeah. It was kind of an under the radar announcement. They just like stealth announced it and it kind of like dissipated, you know, like it wasn't, I mean, there was some buzz around it, but not as much as I expected.
It's the after story, I guess, of Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, it's a Jesse Pinkman movie, basically.
That's awesome. I'm very excited for that.
I'm stoked for that.
Yeah.
You guys believe I haven't watched one episode of that show?
I believe it 100% because you don't watch rated R content, and I already know that. So
it's not rated R. It's PG stuff, man. You'll be just fine.
Yeah. My
stuff.
brother-in-law and my little sister, man, they like love it so much that they went up to Albuquerque, and that's why I was asking you. They went and saw everything, man, and they're like, "You have to watch it. You have to watch it." So I've been thinking about dabbling. I
actually haven't watched an episode either, but I know about the movie.
It's pretty epic. It's pretty classic.
Dude, my wife and I are binge watching Walking Dead for the second time. Oh, that's cool, man.
Oh, that's nice.
A pretty adult show. Walking Dead.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Jesse, it's ripped, but that's Jesse on the other side.
That's cool.
Dude, that's legit, man.
Yeah.
Those are prints?
I don't know. I drew them one night.
Yeah.
I was bored one night. I drew them.
Oh my gosh.
Kidding. No, somebody gave them to me. They were like,
you guys heard about what Bryan Cranston did at New York Comic Con a few years ago, right? Or I think it was New York Comic Con. Maybe it was San Diego. I don't remember which one it was. But he walked around the con wearing a Walter White mask or whatever, and it was actually him walking around.
Yep. I seen that. Didn't Mark Hamill do something like that too?
I think he did that with like a stormtrooper or something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
But that's not exactly the same direct.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's not like he can wear a Luke mask. That doesn't really make sense.
Or like Tom Holland wearing the Spider-Man mask, and then he pops it off, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool." Sheesh, man. Oh, that's good times, man. I really want to go to one of these cons next year for sure.
Yeah,
so
you'll do it. You'll do it. Got time.
But if you let me stay on your floor, you got to chain me down because I might walk off with one of those AF-15s, man. I'm just kidding. I would never do that, brother.
I know you wouldn't do that.
But that's man. I love looking at him behind you, and I'm like, I love this guy.
Well, those aren't even the AF-15s. Those are.
Is it not?
That's a sculpture of AF-15 right there. It's like a limited edition sculpture, and that's a True Believers 9.8 of AF-15 signed by Stan Lee. Nice. And then that's the signed Stan Lee pop that I bought from the Great.
Yeah, I couldn't
the Hero Initiative or whatever. And up here is like a light up, like kind of 3D poster or whatever. So it has like built-in LED like lights or whatever of AF-15.
You're saying the plural version of AF-15s. What is that you're talking about?
Yeah, he is.
I knew about that.
Plural. It's not AF-15. It's AF-15s. So when you say plural, what are we talking about here?
Oh my gosh.
We get offline about
it. Jesus.
Oh, like dude. It's awesome. That's how awesome he is.
No, not awesome.
So Daniel, what my ultimate grail is that's attainable is an AF-15, which is really hard attainable, but it's attainable. Action 1 and Detective Comics, there's no way I'm getting those. But what are yours, man?
I mean, the main one I want, the reason I got these boxes is Hulk 181. I mean, obviously it would take a lot of discipline for me to try to save up to get a decent grade on that. So I would say that that's always been like my top grail, even over like Action Comics 1, because to me that was never an option or attainable and stuff like that. But I would say Hulk 181 would probably be one if I really focused. I would want to get Hulk 180 as well. But I told you on Instagram, if I could get any comic book, it would probably be Batman one, because I'm actually a big Joker fan too. So that would probably be like the one book that I would really want over Detective Comics 27, because I actually like Joker more than Batman. But
yeah, I'm torn between Batman and 1 and Detective 27 on which one I would want more in some hypothetical universe where I could get either one.
Exactly.
But,
yeah, they're both. I mean,
I can maybe sell my Spider-Man keys and get like a low grade restored Batman one, but that's like, Do I want to get rid of all my Spider-Man books? No, I like Spider-Man. You know, it's
exactly.
like, yeah.
What's up, Super Russ 9000? Awesome. Hey, really quick, everybody in the chat, guys. If you didn't know, Bueller's got this secret channel, Nerd Talk with Bueller.
Nerd Talk.
If you haven't subbed him up. And like Lo said earlier, a lot of people just subbed right now, and he got over 200. So congrats on that.
I did a Bueller Nerd Talk style show on my channel yesterday called Chillin' Live, open invite. And like 6 or 7 people joined me like on the fly, and we went for like 2.5 hours.
Dude, what time did you do that at?
Like 6 or 7 Eastern, and it was open invite. Went for 2.5 hours. It was really fun. It was a good time.
Cool.
Biggie Shack, Discovery Bay, Hialeah, JP, Pope Cerebus. You know, remember you know Pope Cerebus? He's never shown his face on YouTube. He showed his face on that show.
Dude,
it was pretty cool. It was fun.
I had an emergency at work yesterday where we had a 3-inch water valve like break.
Oh shit!
And so we had to get like fire department and all kinds of stuff. It's all right, man. And we had to shut it off. And so like I got home so late from work yesterday. I was just exhausted. I ate, hung out with my kids for a bit, and then went to bed, dude. So I'm gonna have to go catch that on the rewind.
Yeah, it's a tough rewind because it's 2.5 hours. You know, like whenever I do a long show or a long live stream like that, I really don't expect much rewind watching. You know, it's like it's that if you get that live watch time, and that's all you get.
Yeah. So Daniel, how do you feel about this whole live thing now that you've done it, man?
It's cool. I really like it. I mean, obviously, still a little nervous when I'm with the 3 great people right here. So I get lost just watching you guys talk. Like
you're just as great, if not greater than us. Dude.
Amen, brother.
Thanks, man.
Dude,
yeah,
first time I went live.
I owe Jeffrey a live show, you know. So, like I said, he's been asking, and then even
Jeffrey owes me a live show. We've been trying to do a live show about our New York Comic Con like agenda for like 2 weeks. So maybe you should hop on that one with us.
Definitely let me know, man. Definitely want to do that.
Dude, we got to start getting you on now, man. You're part of the family. You got to start jumping in here.
I appreciate it. That's why I felt bad because, like I said, I haven't been doing much videos in general. Like my 5 to 8 minute videos, I haven't been doing much unboxing. So, you know, I usually try to catch up and watch what I can as far as, you know, people's other videos and stuff. But I just haven't put much content out. But I definitely want to start doing some more and, you know, getting more involved in the community. So any little thing I can do. So
nice.
It's just about having fun, man. When you're having fun, we're having fun.
Exactly.
I think honestly, the reason Bueller and Tom, these guys are just growing so much is because they're having a blast of what they're doing and they're good at it, you know? So, I mean, I just love watching these guys, energy, happy. So we love watching you, bro. Got to do your thing.
Sometimes when I watch my videos, I'm like, I need to like pep up a little bit or something because obviously compared
Here's
to
the trick: just don't watch your own videos. That's what I do. I don't rewatch any of my videos.
You gotta get all jacked up on coffee, man. Get yourself all jacked up on coffee.
I know.
And record at what, 2, 3 in the morning, Bueller?
Yeah, I'll tell you something, and this is kind of an inside thing. I did a video, and you guys might have watched it. It was a while ago. It was like it was the very first Just the Keys video with Wolverine in the new.
I remember that one. That was awesome. Yeah.
And I thought it was really good. Okay, and I was really proud of it because a brand new format, all digital, looked really nice. And then I showed it to Tom, and I said, "Tom, what do you think?" And he goes, "I like it." And we're very critical of each other's stuff. Just fair warning, we go back and forth.
Yeah.
He goes, "I like it, but you talk so slow." It almost put me to sleep, and I didn't really look at that. So then I go back and I watch it, and now I'm like, man, I almost put myself to sleep. So I see what he's saying. So since then, I've been like trying to like just talk faster, you know, and kind of more of a pop type thing, and you can kind of see the difference in some of the early ones, and then the ones like now to where it's faster and more loud, maybe I guess. But that was he said he didn't like my music, and he said I almost put him to sleep. I said, thanks, buddy. You know, so I do it a little bit different now.
That's
constructive criticism.
Yeah, it's always good though. I still enjoy your shows, Bueller, no matter what. So, like I said.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I know you've watched my stuff for a long time, and that's why I wanted to jump on here and just tell you thank you for watching, supporting the channel. You know, like I said, you bought a bunch of Bueller boxes and stuff, and you know, I saw your name. I was putting on the labels, and I saw your name on the label. I go, oh, cool, Daniel got another one. So that was like last week. So
yeah, every time when you first started it was like every time I would like try to jump on to go get one, it'd be like sold out, and then I'd see one of your videos, and you're like, oh, I'd go on sold out again. So I just try to get when I can. So.
I remember yours, and I always remember Discovery Bays because it always says Discovery Bay, California. And every time I put the label on, oh, Discovery Bay got it. You know, he's the only one there that gets one. So
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool, man. Good old Discovery Bay and his huge pile of boxes behind it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know how he can deal with that. It's just crazy.
It's funny when we were doing our unboxing match against each other. He's like, "Oh, here, this one's from last year in November." I was like, "Are you kidding me right now? Like this is 7 months later. How do you still not have that opened yet?"
Yeah, Adam and I had to tag team to get 12 boxes to go against them. So.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. So, Bueller, are you gonna come on Friday Night Fights one of these nights, man?
Is that the one that you do with the where you make people run around and hurt themselves?
Yes.
Yeah, I was watching that. That's what I was telling you, man. The other day when you were on there, I'm like, you're more worried about the book than you are.
That's right.
They fall down.
The book.
Is the book okay?
Yeah, man.
Well, I have, I think my comics are right behind me. So I mean, I wouldn't even I just spin my chair around, grab my book, and come right back.
Do it.
Automatic advantage. So one of these days, man, that'd be awesome.
Cool, man. I'd love to have you on there, man. Daniel, is that something you could do?
Not yet. I don't have a big enough collection.
Got to build up that collection a little bit.
Yeah, I'd give it a couple months, I would say.
Sweet, man.
I mean, I love watching it. I mean, I know I've only watched one live, but I always watch the replay as well when I can. But
it's just cool. I have had the best time doing that show. I think that's one of the most fun things I've done on YouTube because of the build-up. Like Bear Island Comics is here, and NYC is here, and all day long I put everyone in a chat. And everyone's talking smack to each other, but then they message me separately, like, "Dude, I'm freaking out, man." You know what I mean? They're like, "I can't lose, bro." You know, it's so much fun, man. It is so much fun for sure. Bear Island, I'll bring you back for sure, man. It's
so bake one again. You said?
Yeah, dude. Bake won 3 in a row, so I've got to come in the slab.
Dang, I didn't watch this last one from last week. I have to catch that one, but
yeah,
dang, Bake's on fire.
Let's see, our next one's September 20th, so it's next Friday. And who do I have on? Bake, obviously, and then I've got Rob Worst. Why am I going blank right now, man?
Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've ever seen him live.
Yeah. Comic Head 84.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I think I told DS, or maybe it's Javi Conquistadorks. I gotta check right now, but yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have a blast doing it.
DS may not have any more books after tomorrow. He might sell
I know, man. I am so excited about that because there's a bunch of books I'm eyeing. I was gonna buy them this week because eBay had a 10.
I know I'm gonna be watching, and I know there's going to be books that I'm going to want to bid on. I'm like telling myself that like I shouldn't though, because I got New York Comic Con in like 3 weeks. It's like, do I buy a bunch of books on YouTube and then just go, walk around at New York Comic Con? I don't know. If it's a good deal, it's a good deal,
Yeah.
I was with Sam today at the comic shop, and he's looking at X-Men like number 145, and it's like $15. And he's like, should I buy it? I go, dude, we're going to the Comic-Con in like 2 days. Save your money. Okay. This book will still be here next week. Trust me, I know. Yeah. But literally, save your money, man. You're going to the Comic-Con for the first time. bring all the money you can. So
Yeah.
That's almost
That's awesome.
Man. I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah, it's Friday. This Friday.
Dude,
Yeah.
Sam, have a blast, dude.
Is that Rose City or that's the Rose City one, right?
Yeah, that's the big one for Oregon is the Rose City Comic Con. I think our headliner, as far as comic book people, as far as a legend, is like Neil Adams. Is probably the headliner, and then a bunch of modern day people or whatnot as well. So it should be a good con. I'm looking forward to it and stuff. But I'm like you were saying earlier, you kind of just want to go and hang out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's really what I want to do with this one. The last few cons I've been to, I've been kind of working as I'm there and doing stuff, and I didn't buy anything for 3 straight cons. I haven't bought a single thing.
Dang.
And didn't even really look. I mean, I can't even remember looking at any books when I was there. And this one, I mean, I'll film some stuff on one day, and then the rest of the time, I just want to hang out and meet people and look at some comics. There's going to be a lot of people there. I mean, there was a lot of people at this con I just went to in Puyallup, which is some little city in Washington, and there was like 40 or 50 people that came up to me, like, "Oh, you're Bueller type thing."
Dang, man, that's cool.
That's the only place. It only works at a Comic Con. I can go to Walmart and stay there for 24 hours a day, and nobody will look at me. If I go to a Comic Con,
everyone
knows right there. So.
That's awesome, man. That happened to me once here in El Paso, man. I was at a comic shop and at my LCS, and some guy comes in. He's like, "Oh, shoot, the boy who had 7." And I was all, "Oh." It was so cool, man. But now he's just like, "Hey, I've been watching you." I thought that was the coolest thing. I'm like, "Thank you so much." It was really neat.
Well, there was I don't know if he's still in there. Let me pull up my phone. But there was someone in here. Oh, he's still there. 9 square inches. Okay, he's in the chat right there. He was at that Puyallup Comic Con. All right, and
really,
he said he saw me, but he didn't. He was too embarrassed to come say hello.
Oh,
or I was like, dude, next time, make sure you come up and say hello. I always like talking comics, man. That's what I'm all about. So
yeah,
kind of cool.
I think let's see, Gorilla Grodd. I think he messaged me on Instagram, bro, and now I see you on here. I'll get back to you once this is over, man. I promise. But so Daniel, what is the next book you're going after, man? Like right now, what's on your eBay page, or what are you hunting, man?
Let me pull it up actually, because there's a couple I've been looking at. I'm a big Rogue fan, like I told you. Those are more attainable stuff that I want to get. I mean, I probably want to get, even though I got her first appearance, I think I still want to try to get a high graded slab of Avengers Annual 10.
Yeah, it's a good one to have.
So, I mean, I was so pumped when because I got that one for a pretty good raw deal as well. But I definitely want to get a slabbed one of those eventually. But I just been looking at a lot of early X-Men ones, like which one is it where they fight Avengers for the first time? I think it's number 6, I think.
9. Number 9.
That's high on my list right now. And then Omega Man 3, I've been, before they announced Krypton, like that was one that was high on my list last year when I
or Lobo,
yeah, first appearance. So I'd say probably Omega Man 3 is high on my list, and then X-Men number 9 are probably like my main focuses right now. And then any modern ones that I can get, like I don't mind adding more Miss America first appearance, which is Vengeance number 1. I got the one with Magneto on the front, but the other variant is, I know that one's a little bit hotter, but being Mexican American, I want to represent, Latinx, so I don't mind trying to get some of that stuff too. Jessica Cruz, a little bit more of that stuff too.
Cool, man. Cool. I feel you, bro. I'm brown too. so is NYC, but just a different brown.
Different kind of brown. Different flavor.
That's right. So NYC, what are you looking for when you go to the con? Is there any book that you were hunting you want to find there?
Not necessarily. I mean, I've been more into the art game recently. like the original published comic art commissions and sketches and things like that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of probably Artist Alley stuff more so than than like the trying to find keys. But I am going to bring some books with me to maybe package together. And if there is a deal I can get on a bigger book, maybe I can work out like a trade cash type deal thing. That's what I typically do.
Nice.
At New York Comic Con, and I might employ the same strategy instead, but trade some books for art.
Nice.
Or sell books to a dealer and use that money and go over to an art dealer.
Get some art.
Yeah, that's what I might be doing this time around. But I also want to get like sketches and stuff done from as many artists as I can reasonably afford / you got to get on their list and everything. Like, it's very competitive down there.
Yeah.
You got so many people going and with that purpose, like to do the Artist Alley thing, to get a commission from artist XYZ, to have them do a sketch, to, not all of them are going to have all weekend free, because a lot of them get hit up in advance. Like, they all have art reps and dealers and, agents, essentially, and a lot of them have lists that are like practically full before they get to the con.
Man,
and so we'll see how it works out. But that's kind of more my goal this time around with New York Comic Con.
You know what, man? That's all brand new to me. Like, I don't even know. Like,
I'm actually working on a show that I'm gonna do on my channel where I bring on other art collectors, and it's gonna be a comic art focused show. I don't see much of that.
I'd love to see that. A guy I really want to get a piece by is Clayton Crane, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's good.
That guy, she's awesome. So it'd be somebody I'd like to get something from.
I'll tell him he said hi on Friday.
Nice.
Is he going to be over there?
Yeah, I'll be interviewing him.
Oh my! That's right. You did say that the other day, and I was like, I forgot to tell you that, man.
I'm pretty sure he lives here in Portland too.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just fly over. So, Killer, like, I know you were talking the other day that a lot of your collection is gone because of your Bueller boxes, and you've kind of gotten it down to 2 or 3 or 4 short boxes of the stuff you love and want to keep. Are you still hunting books? Are there still things that you look for that you want to find that are something you want in your collection?
Well, the biggest one I'm looking for right now, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it, is Doomsday Clock number 12. If that ever comes out, that's the one I want. No, the only book I want, as far as like to complete my collection, is a Giant Size X-Men 1. Nice. I've never had it. I'm looking for a low grade. I don't want a high grade. There's no way I could afford it. So definitely a lower grade book. And that's really it. I mean, really, if that's the last book I get, that's the one type thing.
Wow.
I have one at CGC right now, which I can sell you when it comes back if you want it.
Oh, I don't want CGC.
Oh, you don't want it. You don't want a slab. You want it.
It's all about raw.
That's true. That's right.
My only slab books I have are ones that people have sent me.
You can always crack it out. You can always crack it out.
Ones I have.
Forgot about that.
That's true.
Giant Size X-Men, and then I'd like to finish a couple. Like, I'd like to have a set of Amazing Spider-Man McFarlane books.
Yeah, nice.
I think I'm only missing like 2 or 3. It's not that big of a deal. I could pick them up anytime I wanted to. And then there's a couple Uncanny X-Men books that I need to get to complete my run from 94 to 300. But none of the big ones. I have all the big ones. I need both of the Days of Future Past storyline. For some reason, I don't have either of those. I thought I did, but I don't have them. Those are probably the 2 big ones I need in between 94 and 300.
Those aren't bad. I mean, they're bigger, but they're not horrible.
Yeah, you can, if you hunt, you can get them for $40 a piece. I've seen them just recently. So, I mean, those are ones that are obtainable anytime I want to go get them. It's not a problem. But the only one that I want, as far as it's going to take me a while, is the Giant Size X-Men number 1. And I think I've told you this, but all my Grail books I have in my collection were gifts from people that sent them to me type thing. So, how's everybody doing?
Wink, wink.
Sorry.
That's exactly what I was thinking in my head right now, man.
Oh, God.
Did I share my story again about my comics?
I love it, man. That's hilarious. Bub says, laugh out loud. Let's make friends. That's awesome, man. I can't believe you got that X-Men run from 94 to 300 almost done, man.
That's so cool.
It's been almost done for a while. I think I only missed like 10 books. And
Wow.
Wow. Besides those two, the rest of them are just like $10 books type thing.
Yeah.
And I just haven't taken the time to go and get them. But from 94 to 300 is something I wanted right away when I started collecting again. Mm-hmm. And I picked them up pretty quick. I mean, it happened pretty fast. I think a couple of years ago, I had to add 266, which is the Gambit, I think.
Yep.
And that was the biggest book I really needed, and I got like $60 type thing. So I was pretty happy about that. So
good price.
I'm not tremendously interested on X-Men before 94 because I never read any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, from 62 or 8 from 93 were all reprints anyway. And so from 94 to 300 is that's my bag right there. That's the stuff I want. That's the stuff I grew up on. So
that's cool, man. I when I got back into the game, I had a whole bunch of the McFarlane Spider-Man run, the Series 3 Ghost Rider with Danny Ketch. I had the X-Men with Jim Lee when it started at the beginning, So those are the ones that I went and found one issue at a time until I've got all of those runs complete, man. Because like you said, that's what I read. Those are the ones that mean something to me.
Yep.
And now I'm going back and finding the older stuff, and I'm still loving it, So I'm like, oh, I got to get everything.
I gave up on full runs a long time ago. And,
did you?
And switched over to like a little bit of dabbling in like omnibus and hardcovers and trade paperbacks and things like that too.
Yeah, I see them back there.
To still be able to read, lengthy stories without having to worry about my iPad breaking or whatever. You know what I mean? But I honestly, I do read a ton of old comic books on digital. Like I've read ASM 1 through 300 on Marvel Unlimited. I've read Fantastic Four 1 through 200 something on Marvel Unlimited. Like it's a fantastic way to just quickly plow through Silver Age, Bronze Age comic books. Yeah. So I love doing that.
That's why Bueller has a hard time with that Doomsday Clock 12, man. He doesn't have the next,
Yeah, exactly.
What is up with that book, man? That drives me nuts.
It's
another year. It'll be out in a year, I think, right?
Yep.
The first issue.
I never started it because I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. Once 12 comes out, I'll go pick up the hardcover for it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do too. But it's on my pull list, and it counts as one of the 3 books you have to get a pull list of this box. And ever since that book comes out every 3 months, I'll put that one on my list.
Good to go.
Yeah, that's the only reason it's on my list because it comes out every 3 months.
That's awesome. I'm covered. I got my 3 covered. So, Bueller, why the Raw for you, man? Is it just because you want to touch them and read them? Why no slabs for you?
I don't know. They just don't really do it for me. I love the ones I've gotten sent to me. I think they're great, and they're all a little personal because they were gifts and stuff like that. But I just, for one, I'm really cheap, and I can't see spending the money to get it slabbed to justify that because I don't anticipate selling them type thing. I kind of want to have them in my collection. If there comes a day where I want to sell the books, and it's obvious if I do spend the money to get it slabbed, I can increase the value by tenfold.
Yeah.
Then that's something I will do. But right now, let's just face it. I mean, there's books in people's collections that they've been sitting there for 50 years, and they're not slabbed, and they're probably a 9.8. I have, and they've just been sitting there in bags type thing.
Wow.
And but they do look nice and shiny. I mean, that's kind of cool. But I've said this, and I actually talked to the guy. I think he does the EGS, that 4th grading company and stuff.
Yes.
Trombetta.
Yeah. I talked to him a long time ago when he first started up. He called me, and he asked me about. He goes, "I know you don't grade books, but I'd like you to kind of talk about our thing." I go, "Well, I wouldn't even know what to say. I wouldn't even know if it was a good grade or not, or if you did a good job. So it really doesn't. It doesn't make sense for me to do it because I wouldn't be able to say, oh yeah, that's a great grade. I'd be like, I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, it'd be kind of cool if there was a thing that you could send out and just get, and I know you can do it yourself, but I'm lazy as well. But just to get it encapsulated and put and preserved like that, officially sealed with maybe a label up top. I don't care about the grade, but just like the information and stuff, I think that would be kind of cool for a cheaper price.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not paying for the grading service, you're just paying for the encapsulation type thing. And like I said, I know you can do it yourself. There's some products out there that you can do it, but I think it'd be more cool if it was sent off, come back from a company, and they did it all for you and all that good stuff. So
that's cool.
That's really the only reason I'd be interested in it. But I don't know. People's tastes change, and mine might do so eventually. But for right now, they're a lot easier to store when they're just in these boxes. Like that.
That's true too. What about you, Daniel? Are you a slab guy? Are you a raw guy? Are you both?
Kind of both. Like I told you, I only got 3 slab comics. I have She-Hulk #2 random, and then which one else? I'm drawing a blank with my other 2 where it shouldn't be that hard. I only got 3 slabs. But I don't know. I've always liked it raw, having it in your hand, you know, but I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards trying to preserve it more too. And I mean, if you were talking about that idea at a cheaper price, I would like that too, because I really don't care too much about the grade unless you're going to flip it or sell it. But I mean, I don't know. I might start sending some stuff off. I do more research to see what company I want to go through. You know, obviously CGC is the best one, but if I'm just gonna slab it, I'll try to go the cheaper route. Maybe, I don't know.
Cool.
I'm still trying to debate for a couple months now, but I definitely want to get some slab like that Rogue, that Rogue cover that I won.
Yeah, man. That green cover is so beautiful, bro. I'm happy you won that too, man.
Yeah, so, I might try to buy another one off eBay. I think
really?
I know Godly Comics is still selling some for pretty good price, cheaper than on eBay. So I might try to get a second one just because it's such a nice cover. I really like.
Who's the artist on that?
I don't even know. Let's see if I can look it up. Look it up.
Have you guys seen that Rogue variant that just came out recently? It's like all green, and she's kind of in it. Like she's, I don't know. Maybe he can pull it up and show you, but it's gorgeous, man.
Are you talking about the X-Men book?
Yeah, the one that came. It's the San Diego Comic-Con one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Man. I can go grab the copy upstairs.
Yes, show it up, man.
I'll be right back.
So NYC, what about you, man? I mean, I know you have a mixture of both, but what's your philosophy on raw versus slab?
Well, I mean, people like assume that I'm a slab guy, but I have more raw books actually in my collection than slabs. Which I don't know if I've ever said that on YouTube, but there you go. I've said that.
There it is.
So I actually do have more raw books than slab books in my collection, but the reason why I would either buy a pre-bought slab book or I would slab a book that I bought raw that's already in my collection is number one, mostly about preservation, because unlike you, I don't have a ton of slab 9.8s. Like I have a handful of slab 9.8s, but most of my slab books are lower grade books that, slabbing is highly beneficial because I collect Golden Age. So you're talking about, pre-Silver, a lot of pre-Silver Age books I have slabbed. A lot of Silver Age books I have slabbed. Once I get into Bronze Age, I've got less books. Once I get into Copper Age, I've got less books slabbed. Once I get into Moderns, I almost have no books slabbed. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of like, so preservation for me is number one. But number two is liquidity, because I'm not afraid to use my collection, to grow my collection to, towards goals, and my collecting tastes will change, like to Bueller's point. And it's much easier to go up to a comic book dealer and say, here's a CGC 5.0 giant size X-Men #1. Let's make a deal for book XYZ at fair market value for the giant size X-Men #1, or maybe 10% below fair market value, so you're still making something. You know what I mean? But cut me a deal on this book. You know what I mean? So that that holds more weight than walking up to that same dealer and doing that maneuver with a raw book that you're guessing is
could or could not be
a VG copy or whatever, and that's subjective. Like he's going to take a look at the book and grade it himself, and then we're going to have an argument over who's, I'm not a professional grader by any means, but I could have bought that raw book from somebody who graded it at VG plus, but then this guy thinks it's a good, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's very subjective. So from a liquidity standpoint, is probably behind preservation. That's probably my second largest concern as to why I get, especially my older books, slabbed. Like, as older key books, especially, like, to me, that's my sweet spot for getting something slabbed or going after a pre-slabbed books. Once it gets into like late Bronze Age and to current, I'm less inclined to slab the book if it's already in my collection or go after a slabbed copy. So that's kind of my philosophy.
Cool, man. Makes a ton of sense. Yeah. Did you grab it, Daniel?
Yeah, I couldn't find the artist, but
look at it.
Nice.
Here, I'm gonna make your picture big real quick because that thing. Look at that.
So Godly Comics on Instagram, go sub him up. He has a contest every couple of weeks, and I actually won this. All I had to do was share the post and follow him and tag like 3 friends, and I ended up winning this. It's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There's only 3,000. This is number 1,915 out of 3,000. So
that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's so pretty, man. I just love the way her hands are green and she's trying to push her hair back. Like it's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, like I said, he's selling I think he had a few left. I think he might even sell them for like $30 because they're usually going for like 40 to 50 on eBay. So like I said, I might try to grab another one just because it's just such a nice cover. I don't think there's anything big happening in the issue, but just the beautiful cover. So it just looks nice.
There's that Mickey Mouse Avengers San Diego.
Oh, the
Marvel Comics 1000 D23.
Yeah,
D23. That's what it was. D23. Man, that
first appearance of Mickey on a Marvel cover and with any Marvel characters.
Yep.
That's what's key about it.
I showed my wife because she's a huge Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse fan, and she's like, "Okay, I want that comic."
I mean, I kind of had like a moment of weakness where I was scouring eBay for that book, and I walked away from the computer because I was like, I may be wrong, and that book may hold value and go up and up and up. But then I thought to myself, like, how much does Mickey Mouse mean to me? And Mickey Mouse, Mouse with the Avengers mean to me? It doesn't mean that much to me. It would be more of like, hey, I got this book. Like, I don't need that. I need the stuff that I want.
I want to get it for her because it's the first time she's ever said she wanted a comic book, and usually she's like, comic books, no.
Yeah, like in that scenario, she's a fan of it. You know what I mean? So
but I'm still hoping it comes down before I buy it, man. Because about 200 is the cheapest I could find it.
200 to 300 ish.
Yeah, man.
That's one of my LCSs had it for 170.
No way.
I mean, compared to the prices now, I guess that's a decent deal. But
if you see it again, let me know, would you? And then, I mean, maybe you can grab it for me. I'll send you the money over and everything, man.
Sure, I'll take a look. I don't. It was last week. I don't remember seeing it today.
Okay.
No, he's at
last week. It's gone this week.
Probably gone, yeah. But that's okay. I mean,
he might have another one. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be cool if you could find me one a little cheaper than these other ones.
Well, everybody who went to the 80th anniversary of Marvel Comics panel at D23, which Marvel Entertainment uploaded the whole panel with C.B. Cebulski and Tom Brevoort. These are basically the 2 biggest editors at Marvel Comics. They did an hour-long sort of history of Marvel Comics presentation at D23. Everybody who went to that panel got a copy of that variant.
That's so cool, man.
And they got it like 4 or 5 days before that new comic book day.
Yeah.
Did you see? There's a rare one that there's only 30 copies in the world. I don't remember what the
Is it like an
difference is.
ash can version or a black and white?
I think it's the black and white one. That Godly Comics was at D23, and he got one of them. Him and his friend got one because I think it was like randomly handed out, and him and his friend got one, and his friend sold it for like a couple $1,000s on eBay, or even at the con, I think. But there's only 30 in the world of the.
I mean, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Yeah, and get another book that you want even more, right?
Yeah.
So I think we should wrap it up here pretty soon, guys. But Danny, I wanted to give you a moment to talk about your shirts and anything else you want to tell the people that are watching tonight, man.
All right. So again, Matt, I appreciate it. So one of the other things I like doing is I help design shirts. It's hard to see, but this is one that I wear. Or if you see any of my videos, I'm usually wearing one of my shirts. But I work with artists around the world and just giving them my designs. Oh, let me show you again. Giving them ideas and stuff. And
dude, that's dope.
Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, it's just Daniel_Arzola_. I have a link to all my shirts. And
can I get that shirt in exchange for the free lodging at my place for New York Comic Con?
Sure, I can try to get you a copy. What size do you wear?
XXL, bro.
Okay, I can try to get one.
Thank you.
I don't have them here. I'd have to order it myself too, and I can try to get you one though.
I don't actually want you're good. Okay.
I want to be nice to you too. I'll order it. I can order it too.
I love how he went right into it. Like we're making a sale right here. You're good. I'm just joking.
Done deal.
It is an awesome shirt though.
Thank you. But yeah, so I just have a link on my Instagram, and then I also put the links in my YouTube. If you follow me on YouTube now, I usually put them in the description below to different ones. But the cool thing is, a few years ago, one of the sites that kind of got me into it, Threadless.com, they're out of Chicago.
I like Threadless.
Yeah, they did an exclusive deal through Marvel and actually got a couple officially licensed designs through them and stuff like that. So like Joe Ryan Comics, he was actually wearing one of my shirts. I was watching the show and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's wearing my shirt. And he actually bought it like at GameStop. So it was really cool. So there's still a couple of those shirts officially licensed through Marvel that are out there. So
that's awesome, man. So for everyone that's watching, I've got his Instagram link and his YouTube link in the description below. So make sure you guys follow him and go look it up because he's got some really cool shirts if you haven't seen them yet.
I appreciate it. Yeah, one of my favorites is the Stranger Things one. I almost wore that tonight. I just really like it. The Days of Future Past kind of mixed with Stranger Things, so it's really cool.
That's awesome, man. So what should we be looking forward to on your channel, man? What should people come see?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know how to answer that either, dude.
I might just jump on other people's channels if they invite me. I mean,
cool.
Hopefully today was a success. I don't know. I know I didn't talk as much as you guys.
Yeah, it was a success.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Man. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get more of my unboxings out. Like I said, I've been kind of, holding back on new comic book days, trying to get like keys that I've wanted that might not be as hot. So I mean,
yeah,
that interests people. Hopefully, I can get a few more views on that stuff. But just probably more unboxings, and then try to get more into the Tale of Two mystery boxes like I did. Try to do more research, see if there's more mystery boxes out there, because I kind of like the thrill of trying to, see what we get. So
yeah,
that was just something I've enjoyed, trying to do 2 different mystery boxes. So
cool, man. Good stuff. And I appreciate you being on tonight, man. I got excited when you said you had some boxes. I'm like, let's all put them together, bro. So
I know, like, oh, let's do it. Because I was gonna do my 5-minute video, and this is a lot more fun than that. And me just talking to the camera, I get to talk to you guys. So
yeah,
man. Really cool. So definitely a great experience. I appreciate it, Matt.
Sweet. We'll do it again for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So NYC Bueller, guys, thanks so much for joining.
Oh man, it was a blast. It was a blast. It's awesome hanging out with Daniel.
Yeah, right? I appreciate it. I'll see you in a couple of weeks too.
Come by, dude. I can't wait.
That's awesome.
I love that Bueller sends me a message on Instagram. He's like, can I get on? Because I just want to say hi to Daniel. I was like, for sure, man. For sure.
I mean, the only reason I got on was because of technical difficulties. I was trying to like keep the show going, and then I just stuck around.
It. I'm like, of course, I should have checked my stuff before, but I just thought it would have all worked, you know. But I apologize again, but I appreciate it.
Man, no worries.
No need to apologize.
Yeah, I mean, it's really my fault because I just got here super late. Sent it to you with like 10 minutes to go, you know, and I didn't give you enough time to prepare. But I was out with my son. He had a cross country meet, and we just got home, and I jumped on here, you know. So
it's absolutely Matt's fault. Absolutely.
There you go. So, guys, we appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for supporting Daniel. Again, if you haven't subbed him, please do. Man, the guy's a great guy, and we love him and that he's a part of this community. So, also, guys, if you have an extra giant size X-Men, please send it Doer's way. He would really like that.
Wink, wink.
And the Comic Books NYC is offering his couch in his floor to anybody that wants to go. I'm just messing with you guys.
I'm gonna show up and then be like,
for New York Comic Con with a certain cap. Yes,
that's right. Now, but guys, thanks for being here. Love you all. Appreciate you, and we will talk to you guys all later. So, Mischief.
All right.